What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing. I just finished up watching Liam Smith versus Chris Eubank Jr. 2, and this was a 12-rounder in the middleweight division, and this fight was Saturday, September 2nd from the Manchester Arena in Manchester, England, and this fight was broadcasted on ESPN Plus in the United States and Sky Sports in the UK. And in this fight, Chris Eubank Jr. put on a clinic, absolutely dominating Liam Smith, getting a 10th round stoppage victory. And he now improves to 33-3 with 24 KOs. Liam Smith drops to 33-4 and 1 with 20 KOs. So this was a dominating performance from Chris Eubank Jr. I picked him to win by decision, but he got the stoppage. He was a very slim underdog going into this rematch. Many people were picking him to lose by KO. I had faith in him, and he got the job done. But leading up to the stoppage, this fight was just pure domination. I had it 90-80 in favor of Chris Eubank Jr. I mean, he really just dominated Smith in this one. And just to break this fight down round by round and what was happening throughout the fight, the first 3 rounds were easy rounds to score for Chris Eubank Jr. Round 1 was sort of a more quiet round. Eubank was just going with jabs. Rounds 2 and 3, though, Eubank was just landing fast combinations, and Liam Smith just wasn't doing enough. Then in round number 4, Smith was coming in, and it was almost like the first fight where Chris Eubank Jr. was going in with those big uppercuts. When Liam Smith went in, Eubank landed a huge uppercut to the chin, sort of like the chin area of Liam Smith when he was running in, and he immediately went down to his knees. So that was a nice flash knockdown from Chris Eubank Jr., putting down Liam Smith in the 4th. And Liam Smith had time to recover as he spit his mouthpiece out. That's a veteran move by him. And that was a 10-8 round for Chris Eubank Jr. Round number 5, though, it started out, I thought that the referee was going to stop it because Chris Eubank Jr. was just throwing a huge flurry of combinations. Most of them weren't landing, but obviously we've seen nowadays referees stopping fights when fighters aren't even getting hit, and they're just using head movement, stuff like that. So I thought the referee was going to step in there because, it looked like Eubank was landing a lot, even though he really wasn't. He maybe only hit Liam Smith like 3 or 4 times in the whole sequence, and it was like a 20-second sequence of just Chris Eubank Jr. just throwing huge combinations at Smith. But it was an easy round for Chris Eubank Jr. And then really from round 6, 7, 8, and 9, those rounds were very similar. Eubank was just dominating Smith. I mean, just easily winning the round. Smith just wasn't really landing, wasn't really doing much. And also, I don't really know what round this exactly happened in, but apparently Liam Smith's ankle got hurt in this fight. But I don't really think that played much of a toll. Chris Eubank Jr. was just dominating overall. And Liam Smith just didn't know what to do to combat his style. And yeah, in those rounds 6, 7, 8, 9, Eubank won them easily, just doing much better, landing heavy shots. Just easy rounds for him. And then round number 10, there was a flurry that was sort of similar to that round 5 flurry I talked about, where Liam Smith was on the ropes. He was using head movement, but then when Liam Smith tried to sort of counter Eubank while he was throwing combinations, he got hit with a big flush shot. So Liam Smith, trying to dodge those shots from the flurry from Eubank, got hit, was backing up into the corner, another few shots, and then Liam Smith went down again. He got back up. Smith just kept getting hit to the head, big combinations from Eubank, and the referee stopped the fight. I don't think it was a bad stoppage. I mean, Liam Smith had no way to win this fight. It was just getting dominated. So this goes into the question, what is next for Chris Eubank Jr.? Getting a massive win here in his rematch with Liam Smith. He really showed huge levels in this one. He looked excellent. Looked like a very good boxer under Bomac. He looked very good. Much, much better than how he looked against, or how he looked with Roy Jones Jr. But for Chris Eubank Jr. in his next fight, I could possibly see him facing Conor Benn in that fight that was supposed to happen a little while ago. Or we could possibly see Chris Eubank Jr. in a trilogy against Liam Smith. I know that's probably very slim, and it probably won't happen based on how dominant this was, but it's still an option. And if Chris Eubank Jr. doesn't take any of those fights, then we could definitely see him take on maybe someone who's top 10, top 15 ranked in the middleweight division. Or even the super middleweight division, either or. But as for Liam Smith, losing here for the 4th time in his career, like I mentioned earlier, obviously a trilogy could be on the table, but that's very slim. But otherwise, Liam Smith, I think we could see him against maybe in a sort of comeback fight if he doesn't obviously have a trilogy with Eubank, which, like I said before, is slim. We could see him take on maybe a top 20, top 25 guy, get an easy knockout, easy stoppage, then just build himself back up. Because he's still definitely a top 10 middleweight, 100%. But yeah, I mean, he's just got to build himself back up, getting a few confidence wins. I mean, I know he's obviously older and he'll probably just get one win over a guy who's like top 25 rated and maybe have a big fight against someone who's top 15, top 10. So overall, Chris Eubank Jr. drops Liam Smith twice, ultimately getting a 10th round dominant stoppage victory to get his revenge. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.